The product identity of the new Panamera with some very specific design measures. These include a new front end, new colors, new wheels, and a new taillight module.
Although most of us view cars as a way to get from A to B, the same can't be said for the wealthy of the world, who often buy luxury vehicles as a means of flaunting their riches. Vehicles are by far the quickest group of assets to depreciate in value, after all, sometimes losing as much as 50% of their value in the first year of ownership. But if you don't have that kind of money to burn, there are luxury vehicles on the market that can save you your hard-earned cash while still giving off the impression of wealth. So whether you're a fan of driving in luxury, or find yourself with a curious itch that needs to be scratched, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore some of the world's best luxury cars that won't depreciate in value. You won't even believe what the last car on the list is, so stay tuned. But before we jump right into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Number 10. The Acura RDX. The Acura RDX has been on the market for quite some time now, and although the vehicle isn't from one of the most well-known makers of luxury vehicles, there's no doubt that it screams luxury to passersby on the street. With its strong build quality, pristine materials, and impressive reliability rivaling that of Volvo, the 2016 Acura RDX is not just a great choice for resale, but for everyday driving as well. Reviews of the vehicle have unashamedly loved its smooth ride quality, and show that the equipment levels that come with the car are incredibly generous, especially in comparison with other German models on the market. Lastly, while the Acura RDX is clearly luxurious in its appearance and use, it doesn't give off the ostentatious vibe. According to estimates by the Automotive Lease Guide, the 2016 model of the RDX has been able to retain about 55% of its value over the last 3 years, which is a resale figure that most other vehicles on the market simply can't match. And although it hasn't yet adopted a turbocharged 4-cylinder 2-liter engine, its 3.5-liter V6 is built for speed and will help match the numbers of its bigger brother with ease. Number 9. The Audi A5. Audis have always been the epitome of German engineering, but when it comes to the coupes and cabriolets, people tend to decide with their eyes, not their heads. The 2017 Audi A5, however, allows the buyer to decide with both, as it combines the great mechanics and technological advances of the Germans with a sleek and slender body that will delight the vast majority of eyes that look upon it. It's a clear example of an everyday luxury car that is able to make a positive statement about its driver in the blink of an eye. In other words, the A5 is a sensible choice for the sensual buyer who wants all the bells and whistles but just can't seem to get around the steep depreciation that often follows cabriolets and coupes of the like. According to the Automotive Lease Guide, the outgoing generation of the Audi A5 is among the best luxury cars that holds their value. And while the same will likely be true for the newer models that come out on a yearly basis, there's no doubt that the 2017 model of the Audi A5 is by far the best as far as depreciation is concerned. Number 8. The Infiniti QX50. A few years ago, you wouldn't have thought the Infiniti would be on the list of the greatest value-retaining luxury cars, but there's no question that the 2017 Infiniti QX50 deserves to be named as one of the best. Similar in build to the BMW X3, with finishes that are just as great, owners of the vehicle won't be making as much of a splash with the QX50, but the unexpected jewel of a car is said by many to hold around 57% of its value over 3 years. Considering that many cars lose more than that after first rolling onto the showroom floor, this excellence cannot be denied. The sporty character of the vehicle also causes it to be compared to the Porsche Macan, which is clearly the enthusiast's choice in this category. The horrible value retention of the Macan is problematic though, and buyers can essentially pick up the 2017 model of the Infiniti QX50 for around 2/3 of its price. There's also a pretty good chance that the Japanese build of the vehicle will end up outlasting the Macan. So if you ask us, there are just too many positives to pass up when it comes to the Infiniti QX50. Number 7. The Jaguar XE. The Jaguar XE, on the other hand, is a sedan that is sure to make everyone's head turn when you pass them on the street. The British manufacturer has always made vehicles worthy of a wealthy man, sometimes even being regarded as the #1 choice for a super spy like James Bond. In other words, you can never go wrong with buying a Jaguar, and this is especially true when it comes to the 2017 model of the Jaguar XE, which the Automotive Lease Guide has determined to be the smartest buy in the premium entry-level sedan class. Since its competition in includes the Audi A4, BMW 3 Series, and Lexus IS, this is an incredible feat to achieve. And while it might not look as flashy as some of the other models on this list, the smooth exterior finish and brilliant leather interior is sure to stand up to the standards of any buyer, regardless of who they might be. You can also expect its 3-liter V6 engine to level out at 60 miles per hour in about 4.5 seconds, making you one of the fastest around. What more could you ask for? Number 6. The Land Rover Sport. According to the Automotive Lease Guide, if you're looking for a premium mid-size utility vehicle that holds on to its value as much as possible, you should look no farther than the Land Rover Sport, which has for quite some time been the best choice on the market. By making the purchase, you'll be surrounded by Land Rover style, plushness, and of course, extraordinary off-roading hardware. And since the SUV is currently the most popular form of the vehicle at the moment, even for those who would never dream of taking it off-road, there's really no reason to not invest in the Land Rover Sport. Number 5. The Lexus GS. There is a reason why Lexus is known to be one of the most successful manufacturers of luxury vehicles in the world. Take one look at the luxury GS, for example, and you'll see why. Its mean-looking grille and sleek, air-lined headlights give it a menacing appearance, with the Lexus badge screaming success as you drive around town. The build of the vehicle has also been said by many to be beyond exemplary, with reliability being at an all-time high at the moment. It must also be said that the mid-size sedan comes packed with a number of safety features that include pedestrian detection, intelligent high beams, and adaptive cruise control. There is no better way to live in luxury than this. And for those of you who are quite environmentally conscious, keep in mind that the Lexus GS also comes in the form of a hybrid. Number 4. The Mercedes-Benz S-Class. By far one of the highest quality vehicles on our list, there is no beating Mercedes when it comes to class. The S-Class generation of the German manufacturer that debuted a couple of years ago, the 2017 S-Class model still outshines the vast majority of its rivals, even when its life cycle is looking to be down and out, which shows just how much people have come to respect the S-Class and Mercedes in general. And although it might be true that the Automotive Lease Guide has labeled the Mercedes S-Class as one of the best value-retaining vehicles on the market, it must be said that it costs more than an arm and a leg to purchase. It is one of the finest cars that money can buy after all. You'll also find everything you could ever dream of within its range, including a plug-in hybrid, coupe, convertible, Maybach variant, and high-performance AMG version. The sky is truly the limit when it comes to the Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Number 3. The Porsche Panamera. Who would have thought that a Porsche would be considered to be one of the least depreciated luxury vehicles in the world? Well, the Porsche Panamera actually goes a lot farther than this, with even older versions of the vehicle often appreciating in value and selling for more than the original purchase price it was bought for. The large hatchback comes packed with everything Porsche lovers recognize from the manufacturer. With an incredible appearance and engine roar that rivals that of a 911, you'll always be in a good company with the Panamera. According to the Automotive Lease Guide, there is really no better option when it comes to a large sedan, with the Porsche name being solid in the industry and the manufacturer being known for going over and above for its customer base. But by far the most appeal that the Panamera carries with it comes from the joy one feels when driving in it. Number 2. The Tesla Model S. The only all-electric car on our list, the Tesla Model S is in a class of its own. And while it may be true that Tesla as a brand and manufacturer is still pretty young, there's no doubt that next to everyone wants to get their hands on one. It's the game-changing nature of the vehicle that puts it ahead of the rest on this list, not just being incredible for the environment, but allowing the driver to save a fortune on fuel and substituting it for a plug-in charge station. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what the future looks like. With a range of more than 200 miles on a single charge and technology that will make you feel like you're controlling a spacecraft, the Tesla Model S is considered by the Automotive Lease Guide to retain around 47.7% of its value over the first 3 years. That being said, models have been sold for more when the right buyer gets in touch, so there's always that fact to convince you to buy while you can. And then, last but not least, we have the Cadillac Escalade, which has been mentioned in hip-hop songs and the like for the past few decades because of the picture of wealth that it paints. There's no doubt that the reliability, luxury, and speed of the Escalade are huge plus points when it comes to making a purchase, but it's also the resale value of the vehicle that makes owners smile while they drive. In fact, there is, in our opinion, no better way to live your life than behind the wheel of a Cadillac. But what do you all think? Let us know in the comment section down below.